Laker fans, what's going on? My name is Sammy Long. Per usual, another Laker preview video, doing one for every game this season and kind of giving people some things to look forward to in the upcoming Laker matchup. Tonight's a fun one. It's always something special. It feels like a playoff game whenever the Lakers and Celtics get together. Something about the rivalry. They're always great games, no matter how good one team is, how bad one team is. And obviously, the Celtics are one of the best teams in the NBA, and the Lakers are what the Lakers are. They can be a really good team when they play like it. So can't wait for this one tonight. Super excited. We're going to get to them in a little bit. We're going to talk about some reports that have come out about the Lakers in the last 24 hours, as well as some things around the rumor mill, who could be coming in a trade, some possible old reunions with some old former high draft picks. Get to them in a little bit. First, we'll do a quick recap of the game in Washington. Not a ton to say here. Lakers beat a frankly, really bad Washington team, the worst team in the NBA. They have 6 wins, but the Lakers did what they had to do. They won 111-88. That's what you got to do against these teams. It's nice to see the Lakers actually beat a team that's not very good handily. The line in Vegas was 13.5. The Lakers cleared that, covered it. That's a big deal. And I know a lot of people are going to go, yeah, it's the Wizards. Who cares? But the Lakers have been letting teams like the Nets hang around. 1-point victory there. And a lot of times this season, they've won a lot of these games, but they've let bad teams hang around. And you want to prep for a Boston game. You want to get guys out in the fourth quarter. You don't want everyone to be tired and having to run all your good sets to win a game that you look at and you're like, why are we even in this game? This shouldn't even be a game. But the Lakers played well. They did what they had to do. 80, huge bounce back game, 29 points, 16 rebounds after not playing very well against the Clippers. LeBron, triple-double, 21 points, 13 assists, 10 rebounds. Rui had 9. Reeves had 16 and 8 assists. Christie had 5 points. Hayes had 8. Finney Smith kind of the star of the game, 16 points, 4 of 6 from 3. Going to need that tonight. That's going to be a big thing tonight against Boston. Hopefully he keeps that up. Djansezian only played 2 minutes, and Connect and Vincent had 3 each. Hopefully, again, against Boston, you're going to need Vincent and connecting these guys and Rui and Max to really step it up because they can't be getting threes and hanging in the low single digits for the Lakers have a realistic chance to win. They need to make sure that they're scoring, they're getting help off the bench. That's one of the big things about Boston is that they are a very team-oriented. Everyone scores. There's not just – even though Brown and Tatum are the 2 superstars, it is a very complete team. They can hit you from wherever. The Lakers cannot have dry spells when LeBron and AD are not on the floor, but we'll get to them in a minute. So again, good victory. Nice win for the Lakers, and move on. And it starts the little harder part of the schedule, Boston, Golden State, and then next week, a little Grammy road trip. So we'll get to that next week, obviously. But the reports in the rumor mill. So good news for the Lakers, per Shams. Lakers forward Jared Vanderbilt is on track to make a season debut on Saturday night against the Golden State Warriors. It sucks it's not tonight because the Lakers could certainly use him against Boston, but that's great. It's great that he's actually coming back. Vando's a huge piece of this team. He's the best. He immediately is the best on-ball defender on the team. Him and Dorian Finney-Smith together is going to be fun to see once he kind of gets his sea legs back under him. TJ Redick's talked about how there will be a little of a minutes restriction early on and not wanting him to re-injure all that. The foot and everything, but it's big. Even if Vando can give you 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, his defense, he's not out there for offense. He's not out there to score. What he's out there is to be deployed on a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown or Steph Curry on Saturday night. It's gonna be great to see. And what the Lakers can do with Vando and Dorian Finney-Smith, and Reddish hasn't been getting run recently. JJ hasn't been playing him, but still, he's a good defender. And then Max Christie, you have 4 guys who can really defend at the guard spot now. The Lakers really haven't had that. I'm not sitting here saying, Vando makes the Lakers the best team in the Western Conference because they're not. But it certainly does help when you're playing the upper tier teams when you have someone to deploy on an Anthony Edwards or a Shea. And then it's not just if Vando gets in foul trouble, that's it. You have Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Reddish, Max Christie, guys to take fouls and just kind of make the opposing star players have headaches because that certainly happens to the Lakers. So I think that it's a big add. Hopefully he can kind of get going soon and can be back to full strength. But again, really good news. See him actually coming back. There was a lot of concern that he wasn't even going to come back because it kept getting delayed. And then a quick side on Vanderbilt. Since he's healthy, it does make them better. Since arriving, in that trade with the D'Lo trade, he's averaged about 6 points a game on about 52% shooting with about 6 rebounds and a steal a game. So again, adding production. It's nice to see the Lakers fully healthy. It'd be great to get Christian Wood back here at some point, but we don't have an update on him right now. per Shams as well. James and Davis are, quote, growing concerned about the Lakers' ability to make significant additions before February 6th, the trade deadline. LeBron and AD have expressed that they want the franchise to make moves to contend for a championship, with the co-stars believing the Lakers are potentially a piece or two away, sources said. This is where the Lakers are kind of at a crossroads, because if you're LeBron, obviously you want the Lakers to go all in because you're 40. Why do you care about the Lakers adding young draft picks or young players for the future? He wants guys that can win now. But if you're the Lakers, you got to think about life past LeBron, and you can't just sell everything to go get a Jimmy Butler and give away all your young talent and your first-round picks in 2029 and 2031 that the Lakers have kind of held close to the vest, because the last few years and years before that, the Lakers have been trading picks left and right. The Anthony Davis deal, the Russell Westbrook deal, a lot of those deals, the Lakers giving away picks. And it is nice to have first-round draft picks, not only to make selections, but because you're seeing it happen in the NBA today where a lot of these picks actually do hit. I think they're kind of went to there's a narrative in the NBA that first-round draft picks, unless you're in the top 5, don't matter. And we're kind of seeing that change. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Brandon Podziemski, Dalton Knecht. There's a lot of guys in the NBA that are good contributors that weren't just top 5, top 10 lottery picks. So I think those are nice to have, and trade pieces down the road when there's someone you really, really want. So LeBron and AD probably are like, go get me Jimmy Butler, go get me someone like that, go get me Cam Johnson. Well, Cam Johnson's young, and he's got a super high, competitive trade market. Every contender wants him. And then Jimmy Butler is 35. And I don't know that giving up Reeves first-round draft picks, as well as, Christie and other guys, Rui really makes you that much better just to add Jimmy Butler, a guy who might leave in a year or so. So this is kind of where they're at a crossroads. Going back to something that Rob Pelinka said, told reporters in September, said they would need to get a return that helps them achieve sustained Laker excellence to move those draft picks. So I like that. I like that he's not just looking out for this year and looking out for more. I do believe that the Lakers added a real scoring threat. I think they're a threat now in the Western Conference. They would become a real threat if they did add someone. I think that would be, there's maybe a cap on how the Lakers certainly need some things to go right for them to make a deep run in the playoffs. Definitely need to get some favorable matchups and health at the right time. But the Lakers did add someone else. They would be a really, really live dog in these playoffs. But again, I don't like just mortgaging the future for 1 year, kind of slapping a Band-Aid on something. So it's interesting. This kind of always happens right before the trade deadline. Every time it feels like LeBron AD, there's like a report about this. So we'll see as it gets closer. February 6th is what it is. And then the other thing, the guy, the rumor mill, the guy that was rumored to come to LA. I don't know how I feel about this. Chicago Bulls point guard Lonzo Ball could be on the Lakers' radar as the trade deadline approaches, per the Athletics' Jovan Buha. I don't get that. I don't understand. The Lakers need scoring. I get Lonzo plays great defense. He can pass. He rebounds, kind of does everything. It does give you a point guard to kind of, run the offense a little bit, as well as come off the bench. I don't know. With his injury history, he's in the last year of his deal with the Bulls, 4-year, $80 million contract. He's averaged 6 points a game, about 4 assists, and about 2 steals in 20 minutes per game. He's had 23 games this year. He just came back in the last month or two. But I don't know. I mean, if he's affordable, they said that it would be for like a second or 2 seconds, I guess. I don't know that Lonzo really moves the needle, so I'd rather just hold on the picks and see what else you could do. I'm curious what all your guys' thoughts in the chat, what you guys think, if you would like that move. I don't see how that really moves the needle for the Lakers. Just me personally. I don't think that Lonzo Ball bringing that back and LeVar, I don't think that that's the kind of drama the Lakers need. If it was just Lonzo, maybe, and $20 million, I guess it's an expiring contract, so that could play into it. It comes off the books, but I don't know that that's really the move the Lakers are looking for. But who knows? We'll see if it's real. A lot of these things kind of get thrown out right around the deadline, and we'll see what's going on there. Now to Boston. Got to beat Boston. Everyone's got this game circled. The Lakers will be playing them again in Boston here in a little bit. But tonight is in Los Angeles. Boston's coming off a game last night. So they played the Clippers. The Clippers were down a ton of guys. They were down like most of their starting lineup. And they actually had to go to OT. The Celtics did win the game 117-113. Jaden Springer off the bench had some big shots down the stretch, a couple of big threes, had like 4 steals in the second half. So it was pretty scary. It was an odd game for the Celtics that it was that close because they had everybody outside of – they were missing Drew Holiday, Al Horford and Porzingis, but they still had Tatum, Brown, Derek White, Pritchard, all those guys as well. Jaylen Brown did roll an ankle in the second half. He continued playing, but that is something to watch back-to-backs. He said he was kind of hindered in the second half, couldn't be himself, and it slowed him down. In the second quarter, he said he rolled it. They actually helped the Lakers last night. The Lakers moved into fifth in the standings because they beat the Celtics, or they beat the Clippers, excuse me. So that is nice for the Lakers. And then a little thing on the Celtics. Again, beat the Clips 117-113. Before that, they beat the Warriors by 40, which is crazy. The Warriors are really struggling right now. And they lost to the Hawks in OT the game before that. And they sit in second in the East, 5.5 games back of Cleveland. They're, obviously won the title last year. Them, the Knicks, the Cavs, some of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. I guess you could throw maybe Philly in there. They've been struggling recently. I think if Philly's healthy, they could give some of those teams at the top a run for their money. But it's really a top three between Boston, the Cavs, and the Knicks right now. This team, they're lethal. I mean, they can hit you from wherever. Jason Tatum, obviously, Jaylen Brown, two superstars in the game. Sam Hauser, really good three-point specialist. Luke Cornett got some run last night because Al Horford was out and Porzingis. Be interested to see if they're back. If he gets much run. Derek White, very good player, kind of point guard, runs the whole offense. Peyton Pritchard off the bench, again, really good player. Springer had some big shots last night. Keita out of Utah State, really nice players. And then Baylor Shireman out of Creighton, he's a young guy, and Jordan Walsh out of Arkansas. They don't get many minutes. They got a few last night because of all the injuries. Boston's been very hush-hush on their injury report tonight. Understandably, it's also, just came off the back-to-back. So Jaylen Brown rolled his ankle. I still expect him to play because he finished the game. Drew Holiday missed last night's game with a right shoulder injury. Porzingis, non-COVID illness, and Horford sprained left big toe. So you expect some of those guys to play. Now, the betting line, people want to look at that, could tell us something. The Celtics open as 5.5-point favorites. It just came down this morning to 4.5. So some money's coming in on the Lakers. That could be the sense that they think that some of these guys aren't going to play. Maybe they think Brown might not play, or he's going to be kind of hampered, or if you're the Celtics, you really want Horford or Porzingis to play because that's something that the Lakers could really take advantage of. If Luke Cornett is on Anthony Davis, that's a big win for the Lakers. You're going to want Horford or Porzingis or one of these guys to eat up fouls. I assume with AD playing, the Clippers, Zubac is kind of the only big. I know we cooked the Lakers the other day, but Anthony Davis is a whole different beast. So Xavier, if those guys are out, if Horford's out and Porzingis is out, I expect Xavier Tillman to get some run as well. He did not play last night, so to kind of be Luke Cornett and Xavier Tillman, that's a serious matchup that the Lakers can exploit and really jump on. But I'm excited for this one. This is going to be such a fun game. Cannot wait. And for you betting heads as well, the total opened at 225.5 or 222.5, and it's now down at 218.5. So they're expecting a really good defensive battle. And on the Lakers side of things, AD and LeBron are probable, and Wood, Vando, and Shafino are out. Vando will be making his debut on Saturday. So cannot wait for this one. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And Alan will get you guys on the post-game show and his show. Hopefully, we're talking about a huge Laker W and heading on to Golden State and getting a W there. So thank you, everybody, and I appreciate you tuning in.